The breaking news has hit the internet. Wisconsin coach Luke Fickell will return to the Badgers in 2026. Athletic director Chris McIntosh tells ESPN, the move comes with significant increase in financial investment. I'm Ben Brust next to Kyle Wallace. No Brad Nortman Stroh's running the show. My heart is racing out of my chest. I am having a hard time processing that this could be a decision that's made. And as Jason Wilde just joined us and talked with us a little bit, how right now you want to come out to a fan base that is losing faith by the second with 4 games left. Washington this week, who's ranked 24th favorite at Camp Randall. Indiana on the road next week, who's going to beat you by 30-plus easily. Illinois, we've seen what Bielema's done at Illinois, good enough to come into Camp Randall and beat you. And then Minnesota. They haven't won a Big Ten game this season.
No. They haven't won a Big Ten game since October 19th of 2024. Joe Biden was the damn president.
So
garbage. This is unbelievable.
It's disgusting. Like, the idea that with 4 games left, you're going to tell Badger fans that you're bringing back the coach that has brought you to the lowest of lows since the Don Morton era is a slap in the face. Badger fans have a pulse. Badger fans have seen success to a degree where everyone in their brain knows that this is unacceptable. Saturdays don't even exist anymore. They don't. The athletic department is losing money because of the football program, the city of Madison is, and the state of Wisconsin is, because Saturdays don't mean anything. And then you're going to make a statement with 4 games left in the season that Luke Fickell's your coach in 2026. This is the lowest of lows in 35 years. And you want to make a statement showing support to the person who's brought you to this lowest of lows? It's sickening. It's sickening. It disgusts me because it's a slap in the face to Badger fans, and I truly mean that. It is a slap in the face to Badger fans to say we're going to invest money into the program, to the coach that's brought us to the depths of the sea. It's dark in the ocean, down in the ocean where you can't see. It's scary down there. That's where the football program is right now.
The football program is bad, and when I talk about bad,
the leadership is bad.
No, everything is bad. McIntosh is basically putting his name on this, so I hope Chris McIntosh understands.
He's tripled down. He's quadrupled down. Why the statement right now? Let the 4 games play out. What do you think recruits are now going to be like? You know what? Or transfer portal kids are going to be like, sign me up for this program. Luke Fickell's coming back. I got confidence that I can go transfer the Badgers. That coach is going to take me some places.
Again, I don't know everything about NIL, but Wisconsin has to understand that it's beyond just having money, right? People want to go to a place where they can get money and also compete. And the Wisconsin Badgers have not shown the ability during the first 3 years of Luke Fickell being the coach to compete. If you think just throwing $1 million at a quarterback when he's going to have $1 million offers other places, what sets you apart? Usually your coach, you're ascending. I always talk about Indiana simply because Indiana was able to win last year, which allowed for them to get more money in the NIL fund, but also convince more people that they can be successful. And when I look at this Wisconsin Badger football program, you have coaches across the state of Wisconsin. Yeah, Brad talked about, these are the rumblings. Well, the Journal Sentinel actually did some research, and they contacted some coaches, and most of the coaches had a mixed or negative perception of the Wisconsin Badger football program when it comes to recruiting. If you cannot win in Wisconsin, as in win the recruiting battles in Wisconsin, you have lost a pipeline that you need to build the foundation of success. There was a wall built around Wisconsin under Barry Alvarez, and every coach after him was able to sustain that wall. It has completely fallen and has crumbled under the eye of Luke Fickell, and somehow Chris McIntosh thinks that is okay. When you look at this football team, you look at the offense, the Wisconsin Badgers with their rankings on the offensive side of the football when it comes to the quarterback play, they rank 100th or lower in passing efficiency, 128th, passing offense 125, completion percentage 115, and passing yards 102. What about
Forget the passing. The run game sucks too.
But what I'm saying is, what about the performance of Luke Fickell as a coach has made you believe that Luke Fickell can lead? And beyond that, there have not been many players that have left Wisconsin or graduated from Wisconsin who are praising him. When you talk about some of the top guys like Braylon Allen has nothing positive to say about Luke Fickell. There's other guys that have nothing good to say about Luke Fickell. The fact that Luke Fickell ain't even showing up to events with alumni from classes and programs that were championship
He's canceled
programs.
events across the state.
So the problem I have with this is that you're dumping and throwing money, what you think is good money, at a problem. Why, oh why as a kid? Okay, because I get it. Some of these kids are just going to go for the biggest dollar. But Wisconsin has not proven, this coaching staff has not proven they can develop anybody. Show me somebody they have developed into a star.
This decision to say that Luke Fickell is coming back as the head coach in 2026 in the middle of the season has now set the program back even further, because now you have the rest of this year to suck, and then you are going to suck next year, because everybody in their right mind knows that with what has been laid as a foundation as a head coach and as a program and what they've done from recruiting, from portal, belief in the program, alumni of the program are talking about Fickell and how there's no connection there. He has done everything to alienate himself from the fans. Nobody identifies with Luke Fickell. There's no belief in the guy leading the team. And now Chris McIntosh is putting his stamp next to Luke Fickell beyond this season already. You want to crush souls and crush opportunity for ticket sales and revenue for next year already? You want to do that right now?
You're donating.
But if you're trying to tell me that because you think bringing Luke Fickell back right now in 2026 will help you get guys because they know he's going to be there, who in their right mind would want to come to Wisconsin?
You got kids who are decommitting from Wisconsin not because, I'm not getting enough money. It's because the team sucks.
Saturdays suck. They've been ruined. They were ruined this year, and now they're already ruined next year. And here's the only thing I would say is I hope I'm wrong, because I hate this. I've said this many times. They broke me. I hate this. I hate that Saturdays don't mean anything. I don't want to go because it's not the same experience. But if it works, great. But there is a 1% chance that this whole thing works. It's just setting the program back further with the same guy that's drug us all the way down here.
Ben, they're selling money. That's what it comes to. The problem is that the Wisconsin athletic program does not understand is that people sell a vision, right? When teams hire new coaches, the new coaches comes in and they sell a vision of what the program can be. When you already have a proof of concept what has failed you, you're not selling that. Again, money is not going to solve this when your coach cannot develop any players, when your coach is not a very good coach at coaching the football team, and he can't identify
what is he good at?
Very well. He's not good at anything.
And I'm genuinely asking. I'm not trying to be a troll. If somebody could tell me one thing that he is good at.
Losing, and I'm not even joking.
I know.
He's losing. And last year I got mad, right? And maybe people thought I was a little bit early on this. Last year, what I was fed up with is not the performance overall for the season, because that team competed against Penn State. They competed against Oregon. It's the fact that they competed against top 25 teams and went and got their butts beat by Nebraska, by Minnesota, and Iowa. That told me everything I needed to know about that program, is that the W on that helmet was about pride. The guys before that played for pride. They played for Wisconsin. Right now, they don't have that. And by thinking you can just throw money at okay players, subpar players, maybe above average players, and try to get
Can't wait for the next scrambling state transfer to change the program next year.
Even if you get talented guys that come in here, you don't have the coach that has the ability to bring a unit together and get the most out of them. He has not been able to get the most out of these guys. They are getting their asses whooped every single week. When we saw them play against Oregon, we were happy that they were within 14 points at halftime. We made a whole bet about how many points they were going to score, and they scored 7, and we were surprised. The Badger football team scored 7 points in 12 quarters. Let that sink in. A team that dropped 70 on a team in a Big Ten championship has regressed to the point where they can only score 7 in Big Ten play. It is pathetic. It is awful. Maryland has one win in Big Ten play, and guess who was against?
And they smoked you at your own place.
You are the worst team in the Big Ten, and you lucky Luke Fickell, and you lucky Chris McIntosh that you don't have to play Michigan State and that you don't have to play Purdue, or you'll be even more salty about how terrible this program is. You have destroyed our football program, Luke Fickell, and Chris McIntosh, you're allowing it to happen. So guess what? A year from now, Chris McIntosh, pack your bags too, because y'all both can get the hell up out of there.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe running the show.
I'm eating because I get stressed.
I know
out,
you're doing the stress eating.
I eat when I get stressed.
Legit. Normally, I usually get mad at you for eating on air. You get the pass today. Strofe, we did a lot of, I wouldn't say yelling. I'd say passionately voicing our opinions.
I would say yelling and passionately voicing your opinions, yes.
Is it justified?
Anything that we said that's off base?
No, I think it reminds me of like when you ask somebody if they're mad, they're like, oh, everything's fine. I'm not mad. But you know, everything's not really fine and they are mad. That's what this release is to me. This is an admission by Chris McIntosh, the athletic director of the University of Wisconsin, saying everything is going about as poorly as possible, but why else would I mean? I mean, this is a normal statement for November 6th.
I literally said that they hit the iceberg. That this was the Titanic and they hit the iceberg and they still think they're making it to New York. The Titanic is at the bottom of the ocean and everyone is either dead or rescued. And they're still trying to get to New York.
So I guess to use that analogy, it'd be like the captain of the Titanic saying, don't worry, everybody, the ship isn't sinking.
No, but the ship is already at the bottom of the ocean. And they're still trying to... Now they got the rescue teams coming to try and get the Titanic from out of the ocean and put all the people that are in the water back in the ship to try and get it to New York.
You know what?
It's dead.
Yeah.
This is dead. Luke Fickell's era is dead. And they decided to bring him back for us to suffer another year in 2026.
And that's the most egregious thing about this. I'm with you, Ben. Is that we have to suffer through it. We have to suffer through it. You get 4 years to suck. I have never, because I'm a Wisconsin fan.
$24 million to put this program into the ground.
That's what it is. That's what it is. They're not going to be any better, regardless of how we perceive the schedule to be easier. We're talking about a 5 or 6 win team next year that has no hope. If a team wins 5 or 6 wins,
wait for the narrative when they win 6 games. We're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, you can't give somebody 4 or 5 years just to suck. And it's crazy to me that I see all these coaches getting fired for less. Oregon State fired their dang coach after less than 2 seasons. Why? Because they didn't like the direction the program was going. UCLA fired their coach. Why? Because they didn't like the direction the program was going. James Franklin took a team to the national semifinal less than a year ago, and what did they do? They fired him because they didn't like how the direction, the way that things were going. Wisconsin has to figure out, are we competing for championships? Are we competing for bowl games? If you're competing for bowl games, then you know what? Fine. If that's what we want.
I stopped listening when you talked about success happening under Luke Fickell.
If they were competing for bowl games, they could have saved a lot of money and kept Paul Chryst around here. I thought they were coming to, launch the program, right? I thought they were coming to compete for championships. All we're doing is competing for the bottom of the barrel of the Big Damn 10. We suck.
Big Damn 10.
So if you don't see Matt, I'm telling you, when Jason Wilde was on, I couldn't even. I had to lock in. I had to refocus, lock in, and write down a question for Jason because I was just in disbelief. I'm telling you, this ruined my day. This is just bad. As a fan, this is bad. I want more. We grew up big. You became a Badger football fan because you went to the university.
It changed
your college experience and everything.
It changed my life. I didn't experience anything like that when I grew up. But when Saturday came, it was the best day in the fall to start the season. You had the great weather games. You'd tailgate. You'd play beer pong. You'd walk down Dayton Street. You'd go through the arches. You get to your seats. We'd go to 1 or 2 games. And if we had practice and we were in the season, we wouldn't go to the games. But you know what we do? We'd sit down all together and watch the games because it meant something. It was part of a culture. It was part of an identity of being a true school that had something to be proud of in football, in basketball. And yes, there are other sports that are great, but this is a part of the identity of the state, is football. The Packers are the Packers. Wisconsin football, since Barry Alvarez took over, has been a part of the identity and culture of this state. And now they are literally slapping us in the face by giving us no hope beyond this year.